In today's video, we're diving into a true PlayStation classic, Uncharted 4: A Thieves' End. This game really needs no introduction. Developed by the legendary Naughty Dog, it marks the final chapter in Nathan Drake's story. Now here's the twist. This is actually my first ever Uncharted game. It's been sitting in my backlog for years. I originally played it way back in 2016, popped a few trophies, 5 out of 56 to be exact, and then never came back to it until now. This platinum has always been on my radar. According to PSN profiles, there are 5 stages to this platinum journey. Stage 1, enjoy the game. Stage 2, multiplayer. Stage 3, play the game on crushing and get all the collectibles. Stage 4, speedrun and 70% accuracy. Stage 5, clean up. Me being me, I skipped straight to stage 3, started on crushing and going for all the collectibles whilst trying to get as many miscellaneous trophies as I can. And then I would do a cleanup at the end. Stage 3, online trophies, I actually done off camera before deciding to go for the platinum trophy, as I was unsure if I'd be able to get them or not, as this game is 9 years old and I wasn't expecting many people to be playing it anymore. According to the guide on PSN profiles, it will take around 30 hours, 2 playthroughs, and has a difficulty rating of 4 out of 10. So let's see how this journey goes. We kick this journey off with Nathan and Sam in a boat, getting chased by guys who are clearly trying to kill us. After dying more times than I'd like to admit, mostly just trying to get used to the controls and the whole crushing difficulty thing, we eventually end up sinking the boat. Just as things go under, the game throws us back to Nathan's younger years, back when he was in care. It's a nice shift in pace, giving us a little more backstory on who Nathan is and where he came from. Starting chapter 1, we spawn in as a young Nathan Drake, already getting told off by a nun. After the lecture, we decide enough is enough and make a daring escape by climbing out the window, like the rebellious little legend we are. A few jumps and a near-death drop later, we link up with our older brother Sam, who's here to bust us out of this holy hellhole and take us on a little adventure. Since nothing particularly exciting happens in chapter 1, we're jumping straight into chapter 2, and it starts off with a bang. We find ourselves in a prison yard, mid-brawl, throwing hands like we're trying to become the next Tyson Fury. After a few minutes of dodging punches and dishing out a few of our own, the fight gets broken up and dragged away by the guard.
We weren't fighting, huh? Right, little guy?
This guard isn't just taking us to solitary, nope, he's taking us outside the prison walls so we can do a bit of treasure hunting. Totally normal prison behaviour. After climbing our way into a crumbling tower, we solve our first real puzzle and uncover the first piece of the mystery leading to Captain Avery's treasure. With our shiny new clue in hand, we head back and reunite with our brother Sam, and we also get introduced to the game's main antagonist, Rafe. To give you a real taste of what kind of a guy Rafe is, take a look at this clip. This happens within minutes of meeting him. He straight up murders the guard who was helping us, no hesitation. Because of Rafe's impulsive move, our quiet little treasure hunt turns into a full-blown prison break. We are suddenly forced to go full Michael Schofield, climbing walls, dodging bullets, and trying to survive the chaos. Just when we think we're almost free, disaster strikes. Sam gets shot and falls. Nathan watches helplessly as his brother disappears, presumed dead. Fast forwarding to chapter 3, we're taken out of the chaos and dropped into Nathan's new quieter life. Now working for a salvage company called Jameson Marine Inc. and living a settled domestic life with his wife Eleanor, it's a big shift from prison breaks and pirate legends. This chapter gives us a breather and a bit of nostalgia as we explore Nathan's attic, filled with relics from his past adventures. While rummaging around, we find a toy gun, and conveniently there are a few makeshift enemy targets scattered around the attic. Naturally, I couldn't resist, so I lit them up like we were in the Wild West, nailing all the targets. Unlocking our first trophy of the journey, still got it. After the attic antics, we head back to our normal workday until we get a surprise visit from a mysterious guest.
Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for my little brother.
Now, realizing that ghosts aren't real, this isn't some hallucination or midlife crisis, it is actually Sam, very much alive and standing in front of us. Nathan is in shock, understandably, but after a bit of disbelief and emotional reunion, Sam starts to explain how he survived that prison escape all those years ago. Turns out he didn't just walk out, He had help. He was broken out 15 years later with the help of a mysterious figure named Hector Alcazar, dangerous man who now expects Sam to deliver on his promise of Avery's treasure. No pressure, right? Their conversation dives deep into guilt, debt, and unfinished business, but by the end of it, Sam has Nathan convinced. It's time to dust off the old gear, lie to Eleanor, and finish what they started. Find Captain Avery's treasure, and just like that, the adventure is back on. After seeing Sam's flashback of how he managed to escape prison, a story that involves a lot more bloodshed and a lot less luck than Nathan was hoping for, we fast forward to chapter 6. In this chapter, we find ourselves in Italy, scoping out a luxurious auction house that's holding the next piece to Avery's puzzle. The item in question, a cross, identical to the one Nathan found back in the prison, and it's up for bidding. Luckily for us, our old friend Sully is here to help us get inside without raising suspicion, looking sharp in his suit and as smooth talking as ever. Once inside, it's time for a little recon. We have to figure out how to steal the cross without getting caught. The plan is simple. Nathan sneaks off to find the circuit breaker and cut the power, while Sam positions himself near the artifact to make the grab once the lights go out. Of course, things never go as planned. We cut the power, Sam grabs the cross, but Rafe, being the absolute menace he is, catches us in the act and chases Sam through the auction house. What was supposed to be a smooth, stealthy job quickly turns into chaos, but somehow we still manage to get out of there in one piece, and with the cross. After nearly failing at the first hurdle back at the auction house, we somehow managed to stay one step ahead of Rafe. Well, sort of. That brings us to chapter 8, where things get colder, literally, as we find ourselves in snowy Scotland. Turns out Rafe has been digging around here for 15 years looking for Avery's treasure, and now Nathan and Sam are here trying to beat him to it. We're searching for Captain Avery's grave, which is meant to be hidden somewhere near an old ruined cathedral now crawling with Rafe's mercenaries. It's in this area that we pop our second trophy of the journey, Shush Sleep Now, which requires you to perform 30 stealth takedowns with patience and some very careful timing and a few accidental reloads. We tick that one off. Now, also in this area, the Run the Table trophy, you need to kill enemies with a stealth attack, melee attack, headshot, and an explosive in that exact order, all within 15 seconds. On crushing difficulty, it was an absolute arse. You mess up once and you're back to the start. But here, after solid 10 to 15 minutes of trial and error, memorizing enemy placements and praying for good RNG, the trophy finally popped. Painful, yes. Satisfying, also yes. After clearing the area, Nathan and Sam locate Avery's headstone, which leads them to a hidden crypt. Inside, we solve a light-based puzzle involving statues of Dismas, Jesus, and Gestus, which reveals a deeper passageway and more clues about Avery's treasure. To cap off the chapter, we make our way back out of the cemetery, but I wasn't going to shoot my way through like a maniac. We're going for the trophy, Ghost in the Cemetery, a trophy awarded for completing this entire combat section without being seen or killing anyone. On crushing difficulty, this was brutal. The AI are sharper, patrol routes are tighter, and there's zero room for error. But a handful of frustrating attempts and a lot of sneaking around in the tall grass, I finally nailed it. 3 trophies, 1 chapter, and a very productive stop on the road to the platinum. Moving forward to chapter 9, Nathan and Sam dive even deeper, literally, as they navigate a hidden area beneath the cathedral. This entire chapter feels like one great booby-trapped escape room, filled with puzzles, traps, and clues designed to test the worthiness of anyone seeking Captain Avery's treasure. The main highlight here is the mechanism puzzle, involving rotating crosses and a bucket of water. You need to align the objects correctly to open the way forward. The catch, there's a trophy tied to this puzzle called Trials and Tribulations, and to earn it, you have to solve the entire thing in 10 moves or less. Now this might sound straightforward, but the pressure of doing this on crushing difficulty and not wanting to mess it up made it way more tense than it should have been. Luckily, I had done some prep ahead of time, so I plotted out the moves and managed to unlock my 4th trophy of the journey without restarting the puzzle. After passing the trial, the brothers discover an annexed chamber, and more importantly, clues pointing them towards the treasure's actual location. Not Scotland after all, but the King's Bay in Madagascar. With that, it's time to leave the snow behind, prepare for the palm trees, pirates, and plenty more puzzles. Trials and Tribulations, there we go. Now, following the lead to Madagascar, Nathan and Sam set out to explore the vast countryside, navigating their way towards a distant volcano. This chapter which kicks off Chapter 10, marks the first real taste of open exploration in the game. You get behind the wheel of a 4x4, and for the first time the Uncharted series lets you take a bit of a detour. As we follow the map's trail, we come across abandoned outposts, ruined watchtowers, and of course mercenaries, crawling all over the place. Despite the freedom, it's not all joyriding. There's still plenty of combat, climbing, and environmental puzzles to deal with. Mate, this game looks visually appealing.
This volcano is going to erupt on us. Zero. It's extinct. Trust me, that's the first thing I looked up when we said we were heading for a volcano.
That is Khan number 2.
4x4.
Wait, Sully, you're telling me that you actually...
Unfortunately, during this playthrough, I missed 2 optional conversations and 1 hidden treasure near the end of the chapter. That means I have to revisit this chapter later on to clean these up. Not ideal, but at least I was aware of it early. To make up for those misses, I did manage to earn the trophy Rushing Roulette, which requires you to defeat enemies in a very specific order. A pistol kill followed by a machine gun kill and then finishing off with a grenade, all within 15 seconds. Not the easiest thing to pull off on crushing difficulty, especially in the chaos of gunfights, but after a few attempts and some well-timed throws, I nailed it. Trophy number 5 was locked in. Yay! Rushing Roulette, let's go. Can't believe I just got that on fucking crushing difficulty. After Captain Avery leads us on yet another goose chase in Chapter 10, our next clue finally points us to a clock tower in the heart of the city, and that launches us into Chapter 11, which is packed with some of the more fun and quirky trophies in the game. To kick things off, Nathan and Sam split up, each heading to one of the towers. Sully sticks with us, and we make our way through a bustling market. That's when we stumble across Trophy 6, Don't Feed the Animals, triggered when a curious lemur decides to steal Nathan's apple after we interact with it.
Whoa, hey, Sully. Hey, he stole my apple.
Once inside the tower, we begin our climb. Along the way, we discover the ivory handle dagger, which marks our 50th treasure, unlocking Trophy 7, Treasure Hunter. Before pushing forward with the story, I take a moment to appreciate the view, and I'm rewarded for it. Reaching the top of the tower unlocks Trophy 8. I can see my house from here. But of course, Nathan can't climb anything without breaking it, so naturally the clock tower collapses, revealing a hidden chamber beneath. Down there we find ourselves knee-deep in puzzles as we uncover the founding members of the pirate utopia.
Holy shit.
At one point, we're supposed to take a picture of the puzzle and send it to Sam, but I get a bit cheeky and snap a mugshot of Sully instead. That unlocks Trophy 9, Glamour Shot.
Sully, say cheese.
Nate, come on.
Come on, say cheese.
Cheese.
Just as things are calming down, we get the word that Rafe's mercenaries are attacking Sam at the other tower. Naturally, we jump into action. What follows is one of the game's most insane set pieces, a high-speed chase with Nathan being dragged through the mud by a truck, desperately holding onto a rope. While clinging on for dear life, I manage to destroy 10 enemy vehicles, which nets us the trophy, Hang Tough. And with that chaos behind us, Chapter 11 wraps up, and we're one massive step closer to Avery's treasure. Moving swiftly on to Chapter 12, Nathan and Sam continue the pursuit of Captain Avery's treasure, this time by exploring a series of remote islands off the coast of Madagascar via boat. This chapter slows things down a bit with some beautiful exploration, but that doesn't mean we aren't stacking up more trophies. The first trophy of the chapter is a little fun Easter egg for a long-time Uncharted fan. While exploring, we stumble across a small hidden pool area. Naturally, I decide to take a dip, and just like that, we unlock Marco Polo Returns, a cheeky callback to a similar trophy in Uncharted 2. Marco Polo Returns, play in the ocean and near the sunken ship. After drying off and hopping back on the boat, we spot a few dolphins swimming nearby. If you stick close and let 3 dolphins follow your boat, you'll unlock the next trophy, On Porpoise, a clever little pun that rewards those of us who take the time to enjoy the scenery. 2 more trophies added to the collection. Ah, there we go, On Porpoise. Get 3 dolphins to follow the boat. Seeing as not much happens over the next few chapters in terms of trophy progression, we're going to skip ahead, picking things back up in chapter 14, where we continue our journey through the pirate city of Libertalia. Nathan and Sam find themselves deep within the ruins of this legendary pirate haven, uncovering clues about what went wrong between the founders. While exploring and fending off shoreline mercenaries, I managed to unlock a miscellaneous trophy here, Run and Gunner. This is awarded for defeating 50 enemies using hip or blind fire, basically shooting without aiming down the sights. Run and Gunner, what is that? Defeat 50 enemies from hip or from blind firing. After Superman punching mercenary leader Nadine through the floorboards, Nathan and Sam find themselves captured by none other than Rafe. So through the fucking floorboards.
You're fast, but you're not that fast.
Hey, forget about her. Come on, we gotta get out of here before they... Shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay?
During this intense confrontation, Rafe drops a major bombshell. Sam never escaped prison with Hector Alcazar. In reality, Alcazar died in a shootout months before. Rafe, knowing Sam was alive, bribed the bodyguards to get him out, on the condition that Sam would help him find Captain Avery's treasure. With no more use for Nathan, Rafe pulls a gun on him, but Sam takes the bullet, saving his brother. Nathan then tumbles off a cliff unconscious, only to be rescued by Eleanor, who comes back into the story at a crucial time.
What the hell are you talking about, Nate? Hector Alcazar died in a shootout in Argentina like 6 months ago.
Oh.
I'm the one that got Samuel out. Wow. What did he tell you?
Oh.
Sam, what kind of story did you cook up? Alcazar? Really? You lied? You lied to your baby brother?
We're wasting time.
Just a second. Thing is, Nate, I never stopped looking for Avery's treasure. I just kept running into these dead ends. And then I hear that our dear old Samuel Drake, an authority on Avery, is alive and somewhat well. There was no breakout. I bribed the prison warden, and your brother, he just waltzed right out the front gate. He spent the last 2 years tracking down a second St. Dismas cross. You know what? He did it all with me.
Oh,
yeah?
no, that's bullshit.
Oh. Sam, care to refute? No, you're right. You're half right. I just need Sam.
Wait, now you're making a mistake.
Don't listen!
What the fuck? Fast forward a bit to chapter 18, we find ourselves in Captain Avery's mansion. It's here we uncover the chilling story of how Avery called a meeting with all of the pirate founders and poisoned them all to keep the treasure for himself and his right-hand man Thomas Tew. As we explore Avery's twisted legacy, I unlock the trophy Lost History, which is awarded for finding all journal entries. This marks a big milestone towards the collectible base trophies and was honestly a satisfying one to knock out, especially considering the amount of lore and hidden detail Naughty Dog back into this part of the game.
Except these two. And just like that, all the treasure of Libertalia becomes the sole possession of 2 men.
Oh,
There.
lost art of journaling. Find all journal entries. After uncovering the betrayal of the pirate founders by Captain Avery and Thomas Tew, we wrap up chapter 18 and skip forward to chapter 20. And let me tell you this is where things really hit the fan. This chapter was by far the hardest yet on crushing difficulty. I spent the best part of 2 hours trying to beat the first encounter. I was getting so pissed off, absolutely regretting every life choice that led me to this moment. It got to a point where my sanity couldn't take it anymore. I had to restart the chapter on a lower difficulty just to make it through. Doing this, of course, meant I'd need to replay chapter 20 on crushing later after finishing the story. That said, during this rage-fueled struggle, I did manage to unlock the trophy Ludonarrative Dissonance, which is for defeating 1,000 enemies. Fitting, really, because by this point I felt like I had killed 1,000 enemies just trying to get through this one room. Huh. And I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my god. Oh, this game.
Way to the beach.
Oh. What? What are you meant to do here? Oh. No!
Too close.
Nice. Mate, what the fuck am I gonna do here?
Gotta find a way to.
I actually think I'm gonna have to change the difficulty. I don't think I can do that. I'm gonna have to fucking change it to... Do I want to have to replay fucking chapter 20 though? On crushing. Oh. Ludonarrative Dissonance. That is defeat 1,000 enemies. Wow, I was not expecting a trophy. Let's go. After finally lowering the difficulty, I smashed through chapter 20 like it was nothing. Honestly, it was a relief after the hell I'd just been through. As soon as chapter 21 kicked off, I switched difficulty right back to crushing because we don't give up on that platinum grind. During chapter 21, we made some real progress on the collectible front. First, we discovered the final journal entry, unlocking the trophy Lost History. Hey, trophy Lost History. Let's go. What's this? Find all journal notes. And not long after that, we stumbled across the last strange relic, which popped the trophy Relic Finder. Relic Finder. Find the strange relics. Now we move on to chapter 22, the climax of the entire treasure hunt. Nathan and Sam finally find Captain Avery's treasure, locked away in the wreckage of his ship. But of course, nothing is ever that easy. Rafe is already there. By the time Nathan catches up, Sam is pinned under a beam, and Rafe, being the absolute menace he is, decides this is the perfect moment to settle things once and for all. And that's when we hit the second most annoying part of this entire platinum grind, the sword fight with Rafe, on crushing difficulty. Honestly, I'm not even going to rant. I'll just let the clips speak for themselves. Oh, is that a fucking... a quick one, is it?
Oh, this should be fun.
Adios, amigo.
Please tell me that's a checkpoint. Oh, fuck, I clicked the wrong button. Why is it I'm one hit and he's 1,000,001 and he's strong as fuck? I fucking clicked the button! How long does this fight go on for? No! No! Oh my god, what the fuck even is that combo? No. Oh, of clicking the fucking button game.
Disappointed, Nate. I earned this. All of it.
You want the treasure, Rafe? It's all yours.
Once I'd finally killed Rafe and managed to stop myself from having a heart attack in the process, Nathan pulls Sam free and the two barely escape the burning shipwreck. They reunite with Eleanor and Sully, and just like that, the long, dangerous journey comes to an end. We now skip ahead to the end of the prologue, where we are awarded with our first of our difficulty-related trophies for completing the game. A truly satisfying moment. Just quit. See what happens. Charted. Explorer. This is the only trophy I get because of that one chapter. That's so annoying. I'd literally done the entire game on everything but... And this was the only one I didn't do on crushing. After finishing the game, I wasted no time at all and jumped straight back into chapter 20 to give it a second attempt on crushing difficulty. This time though, things were a little different. Since I had already completed the game, I was able to enable modifiers, giving myself infinite ammo and spawning in the Barak 44 pistol. With these tools in hand, what was once a nightmare Now felt like I was breezing through on Explorer difficulty, enemies dropping like flies, and within minutes, Chapter 20 was cleared on crushing. Just before wrapping up the epilogue for a second time to pop the rest of my difficulty-related trophies, I decided it was time to grab one of the more nostalgic trophies, Best Score. This one's for beating the high score in the retro video game Nathan plays earlier in the story. Yeah, buddy. There we go, Trophy 25. The best score, and that is for beating the best score in the retro video game. And with that, I'm just going to let this footage roll. Charted light, moderate, hard, and crushing. And with that, stage 1 is officially complete. We've wrapped up the main story, tackled crushing mode, and grabbed the majority of the collectibles and combat trophies along the way. That leaves us sitting at 37 out of 56 trophies, a solid spot to be in. Now it's time to move on to stage 2, cleanup. So for stage 2 cleanup, the focus is treasures, the remaining 1 and 2 optional conversations, any miscellaneous trophies like melee combos, rope swings, or environmental interactions, and any chapter specific trophies I may have left. The first trophy we're attempting is the speedrun trophy. Because I own the disc version of the game, there is a little workaround you can do to get the trophy without having to replay the full game. First things first, you need to delete Uncharted 4 from your system, disconnect your PS4 from the internet, reinstall the game from disk. This installs patch 1, the launch version. Start a new game on any difficulty, complete the prologue boat chase. After finishing that first encounter, save and quit. Use chapter select to skip to the epilogue, complete it. Once you roll the credits, boom, the game thinks you've done a sub 6 hour run and unlocks a speedrun trophy. Skip movie. Yeah, let's go. Can't believe that works, man. After grabbing the speedrun trophy, I figured it was perfect time to knock out 2 more trophies in one go. Peaceful Resolution and Sharpshooter. Peaceful Resolution requires you to get through chapters 13 and 14 without killing any enemies, which means no stealth takedowns, no shooting, nothing. Since I needed to reach chapter 15 anyway to boost my accuracy stat for Sharpshooter, it just made sense to combine the two. Shit. I'm not annoying at all, is it?
No.
Skip the cinematic. There we go. Peaceful Resolution. After being marooned, leave everyone alive until the treasury. With Peaceful Resolution out of the way, I moved on to chapter 15. Played for about half of the chapter until I reached the encounter that's perfect for boosting your accuracy. This is where I could take my time, line up my shots, and get the accuracy percentage as high as possible to work towards Sharpshooter. 71? Yes, let's go. Right, we save game. Yes, Sharpshooter, and that is for complete game with 70% or higher shot accuracy. Now with the 2 longer trophies out of the way, I figured it was perfect time to head back to chapter 10 and clean up what I missed. I grabbed the 2 optional conversations I skipped earlier and picked up the final hidden treasure I left behind. Doing that unlocked both Gift of the Gab and Treasure Master. Should be 2 conversations. If I did that, you'd have more subs than Kaisana and Iron Mouse probably combined.
Yeah. Hey, look, there's the city.
And there's the river valley. I'll let you look
Right.
at this.
Optional
Quite the
convo.
view. Just keep waiting to wake up and find myself in solitary or something. It's all some kind of dream.
Sam.
No guilt trip. Let's go find this thing.
You bet.
So,
There we
How are you
go.
doing?
Gift of the Gab.
Still in one.
That is for listen to all optional conversations in game. Treasure Master. There we go. That is for finding all treasures. And if I'd just gone and done those when I originally played through chapter 10, I would not have to do this all over again. Throughout my playthrough, I'd been keeping track and making sure to use as many different weapons as possible for the trophy. I accidentally all the guns. Turns out I was missing just one, the propane tank. So I went back, grabbed the tank, chucked it at an enemy, and took the shot. There we go. I accidentally all the guns. Use every weapon in the game. The next trophy on the list was Unstoppable, which requires you to defeat 100 enemies in a row without dying. Yeah, he was the last one. Let's go. Unstoppable. Defeat 100 enemies in a row without dying in combat. Nice and easily boostable. Now we head back to that annoying twat Rafe in chapter 22. This time we're aiming for the Swordmaster trophy, which requires you to perfectly parry Rafe in the sword fight without taking a single hit. Hopefully I get this fucking trophy, I'll be pissed if not.
You want the treasure, Rafe? It's all yours.
He's basically someone that plays fighting games for decades. For that much, he'll chat with you, play characters and coach you basically with occasional downtime playing anything. Really? Swordmaster, let's go. Perfectly parry Rafe in the sword fight without getting slashed or stabbed. Now, I never need to see that twat again. We're on to one of the more comical trophies in the game, Stage Fright. This one's actually a brilliant little piss take of the infamous stage demo fail during the game's pre-release showcase, where the devs awkwardly stood still on stage for ages after the controller disconnected. To get the trophy, all you have to do is stand still when you leave the tower in Chapter 11 for about 30 seconds. No touching the controller, Nathan freezes, and the trophy pops. So just sit here and wait, and hope. Hey, there we go, Stage Fright. Just prior to the city chase, stand perfectly still for 30 seconds. Beautiful. Referencing their E3 stage demo fail. Continuing on with the cleanup, we move on to the remaining combat related trophies. The first one we go for is defeat 10 in 60. This requires you to defeat 10 enemies within 60 seconds using the China Lake grenade launcher. There we go, defeat 10 in 60. During the same chapter, we can also grab the trophy Boom County. This one requires you to defeat 4 enemies with a single explosion. Reload, reload, come on. There we go, Boom County. Defeat 4 enemies with the same explosion. Moving on from Boom County, the next trophy we're aiming for is Cliffhanger. This one requires you to pull 20 enemies off ledges. 18. 19. There we go. Apparently that was 20. Pull 20 enemies over when hanging from a ledge. Next up is the trophy Wingman, which requires you to perform 10 buddy takedowns. A great place to get this done is chapter 5. Wingman, there we go. Perform 10 combo buddy takedowns. The next melee focused trophy on our list is hitting a brick wall. This one requires you to defeat 5 armored enemies using melee only. Now on paper that sounds pretty straightforward, but these guys aren't your average goons. To pull this off, you'll need to jump on them, literally. The trick is to perform an aerial attack to knock off their helmets. Once that's done, you're able to initiate a melee takedown and finish them off without firing a single bullet. Rinse and repeat this strategy 5 times and the trophy is yours. There we go, hitting a brick wall. Defeat 5 armored enemies with melee only. And now for the final melee related combat trophy in the game, Leapfrog. This one's a bit more tactical and stylish. You need to defeat 10 enemies in a row, alternating between gunplay and hand-to-hand combat. So basically, you shoot one enemy, then punch the next, then shoot the one after that, and so on. Come on, this should be the last one, I think. No! Don't do that. There we go. Leapfrog. Defeat 10 enemies in a row, alternating gunplay and hand-to-hand. The second to last trophy on the list is I Thought I Heard Something. To earn this one, you need to perform 30 vertical stealth takedowns. Hey, there we go. I thought I heard something. Perform 30 vertical stealth takedowns. Now for the final trophy on this adventure, Hangman's Bullet. To earn this one, you need to perform 20 headshots while hanging from a rope. The easiest way to farm this one is in chapter 10, where rope swinging encounters are more common. Just swing into an area, go into slow motion as you aim, if you've got that modifier on, and pop headshots one by one. Use a pistol with good accuracy like the Power 45 to make your life easier. I didn't. Once the 20th enemy drops, that sweet final trophy pops, and with it the Platinum Trophy for Uncharted 4 at Thieves' End. There we go, Hangman's Bullet. That is for performing 20 headshots from the rope. And then, one last time, collect all the trophies. And with that brings us to the end of this Uncharted 4 Platinum journey. From the highs of epic set pieces and emotional storytelling, to the lows of nearly launching my controller through the wall during crushing difficulty. It's been one hell of a ride. Did I enjoy the journey? Absolutely. Would I recommend it? Without a doubt. Story is gripping, the characters are unforgettable, and the visuals still hold up incredibly well for a game that dropped back in 2016. Honestly, there's not much negative to say, just a fair warning, don't play on crushing for the first playthrough, unless you genuinely hate yourself. This is the first game ticked off my backlog, and there's plenty more to come. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been Ramsey.